Hey, what's going on everybody? Jason here, and welcome back to another Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 video. In this video, I wanted to talk about Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 and what I genuinely think about it. Season 3 so far has been met with a ton of controversy, whether it's the developers not even listening to any sort of feedback from the community or the developers blatantly lying to some of the influencers that they invited to their private calls. I think it's safe to say that Activision is getting a bit desperate here in Season 3. We all know that the player numbers are declining for Modern Warfare 2 and less people are actually playing Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. And I'm starting to see more and more dissenting voices when it comes to this game. It seems like more people are being vocal about the problems with the game and the problems with Activision too. More and more people are sick and tired of Activision promising this new era of Call of Duty 2.0, the most advanced Call of Duty experience of all time. And then in reality, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, when you jump into the game, things really aren't that advanced. But now, having said that, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into Season 3 specifically. First, I actually want to talk about a good addition to Modern Warfare 2 before we jump into some of the more questionable decisions. Gunfight is a great addition to Modern Warfare 2. Out of everything in the seasonal content cycle for Modern Warfare 2, Gunfight so far has been my favorite. While Gunfight should have been there at the launch of Modern Warfare 2, just like it was there at the launch of Modern Warfare 2019, I'm still having a fun time with it. The maps are definitely interesting, even though they're not my favorite gunfight maps of all time, as opposed to maybe something like Black Ops Cold War's gunfight maps, because those maps are my favorite. It's still a good starting off point for gunfight in Modern Warfare 2, and I'm looking forward to seeing how many more maps they're going to be adding to this game mode. But now with the good parts of Season 3 out of the way, the rest of the season is just okay. It's really nothing super spectacular when it comes to Modern Warfare 2 specifically. I know DMZ just had some big changes, but with those big changes comes some more questionable decisions which I'll cover pretty soon. But staying on the subject of Modern Warfare 2, the Black Gold and Night Vision Goggles gameplay is kinda weird. Black Gold by itself as a multiplayer map is not very good in my opinion. And once again, it's something from Al Mazrah, which already isn't that great of a battle royale map, being put into multiplayer for Modern Warfare 2. Even though Black Gold isn't a great map, it would have been nice to see some of the Night Vision Goggles gameplay on some of the other maps in the game. Maybe the Night Vision gameplay would be better, who knows? Because right now, at the time of me recording this video, the Night Vision gameplay itself isn't even that great. I don't know if it's just me, but even with the Night Vision Goggles on, I still find it really difficult to see in the dark. Also, in the pursuit of trying to be more tactical in Modern Warfare 2 for the Night Vision Goggles gameplay, the only way you can quote-unquote aim down your sights is if you have a canted laser, which after a while it gets pretty annoying. I would still like to use my optics even if I have my night vision goggles on, and I shouldn't have to take them off to use those optics. You would think that in the pursuit of them trying to be tactical with the night vision goggles gameplay, they would understand this. Because when it comes to combat with night vision goggles, there are two types of aiming: active aiming and passive aiming. Passive aiming is the normal way of aiming down your sights through your optic, whereas active aiming is the only option in Modern Warfare 2 where you have an infrared laser that gets picked up by your night vision goggles. So in my opinion, a quality of life change where you could toggle between passive and active aiming would be a really good change. And I said this in previous videos, the night vision goggles gameplay wasn't very popular back in Modern Warfare 2019. And well, it looks like it's not very popular in this game either, because I can barely find a lobby for Black Gold when I play Modern Warfare 2. But anyways, moving on to Paleo's Lighthouse, this map is okay. To me, it's kind of a mid-tier map. It's not a crazy map by any stretch of the imagination. The house in the center of the map makes for some good gunfights, but the rest of the map is just okay to me. The rocky terrain around the lighthouse is kind of annoying to traverse sometimes, especially when you're trying to climb up a hill. And then a really strange decision in my opinion was made for this map. They put a ton of water surrounding this island. I know you can swim in Modern Warfare 2, but my goodness, they put way too much water on the outskirts of the map. I'm sure somebody could hide in the outskirts of the map and just sit there without even getting a kill or dying and nobody would notice. So to me, that was kind of a strange decision. But moving on from Paleo's Lighthouse, Cranked makes another return here in Modern Warfare 2. Cranked is cool, but once again, it would have been nice to see this either at the beginning of the game or maybe Season 1 at the latest. And that's all I have to say about Cranked. It's nothing new. But moving on to something the community has been complaining about for a long time, the UI. If you want to talk about an ugly eyesore of a UI, look no further than the Season 3 Battle Pass. I don't don't know who developed this or if it was even a human that developed this, but this is an eyesore compared to seasons 1 and 2. And that's saying something, because the overall Battle Pass designs in Modern Warfare 2 have just been really ugly in my opinion. But what's really annoying about the Battle Pass is the UI and how you interact with it. When you tab over to the Battle Pass, it makes you view a sector that you probably don't even want to view. Why is it making me view this entire sector? I want to take a look at the entire Battle Pass. What makes it really strange is that you can either press triangle or circle to go and view the entire Battle Pass. But if you press triangle or circle again, you just go back to viewing that sector. Now tell me, if I press circle or B on Xbox, that means go back, right? That means I don't want to view the Battle Pass anymore. Bring me back to the main menu. The B button, the circle button, whatever controller, whatever kind of console you're using has always been the back button in Call of Duty. And in the previous seasons of Modern Warfare 2, when I pressed circle on the Battle Pass, it put me back to the main menu. So why, when I press circle in this game, it makes me go in and view a sector of the Battle Pass? It doesn't make any sense. How did we take a step backwards in UI design? And I know this might sound like a very specific nitpick, but when it comes to the UI in Modern Warfare 2 that's already being criticized and then they make a decision like this, I think this is worthy of the criticism as well. Also, when I'm viewing a sector and I use the triggers to go back and forth viewing certain sectors, the numbers themselves aren't even in order. They're in random spots on this Battle Pass map. As a matter of fact, this entire Battle Pass doesn't even have an order to it. Sequential numbers are on the opposite side of this Battle Pass map for some reason. For some reason, numbers like 4 and 5 aren't next to each other, 8 and 9 aren't next to each other. They're on completely opposite sides of this map. I'm not sure what the hell's going on here, but maybe this is some sort of Common Core counting. Why aren't the numbers in order right next to each other on this Battle Pass map? It just doesn't make any sense. And you know what? While we're talking about the Battle Pass, we might as well mention Black Cell. I'm really not sure why people would purchase the Black Cell Battle Pass bundle. I know Activision has done Battle Pass bundles before where you get special operator skins and all this other special cosmetic stuff, but this time around, to me, it just seems like a really quick money grab. You're spending way more than the Battle Pass is actually valued at. Sure, you might get a few more operator skins than the normal Battle Pass bundles in the past, but at the end of the day, is it really going to be that substantial? I don't think so. Especially when they marketed the Black Cell bundle as something super great and revolutionary, when in reality, we know it's not. And once again, we have another operator added to the character roster of Modern Warfare 2 that makes no impact on the story. Modern Warfare 2 is starting to feel a whole lot like Vanguard when it comes to its operators, just adding some random operators for the sake of doing so. The operators have to contribute something to the story, like they did in Black Ops Cold War's post-launch narrative. But for Modern Warfare 2, I can't even remember these characters' names. Of course, we have Price, Gaz, Ghost, Alejandro, all those characters in the game, but there's a catch. You have to pay money to play as those characters, and if you don't want to pay money, you have to wait until one of the raids happens, and then you might be able to play as your favorite character, because the reward for completing Raid Episode 1 was a Gaz skin, and the reward for completing Raid Episode 2 was a Price skin. So maybe Raid Episode 3's reward will be an Alejandro skin, but for those who want to play as Ghost or Soap or maybe another character that they like from the campaign, then you won't be able to without paying money. In addition, what I think is kind of funny about the Battle Pass is the choice for auto progression or self progression. Meaning with auto progression, the Battle Pass will go ahead and unlock tiers automatically for you, and the self progression would be earning the tokens and unlocking all the sectors by yourself. It's actually kind of funny when you step back and look at it, because in reality, it's the illusion of choice. Players are already going to be progressing through the Battle Pass, whether they earn tokens or automatically, and eventually they'll be completing the Battle Pass. So either way that you think you're choosing to go through the Battle Pass, you're going to end up at the same destination. And again, I think this is another trick to make players think that this is a new innovative feature. And I'll be the first to admit, when they announced it in their blog post about Season 3, I thought it was a pretty interesting idea. But then actually seeing it in practice and seeing it play out in the game, I've changed my mind. It's like I say in my news videos about Call of Duty, things can sound really good on paper, but then play out a completely different way in the game. But now moving on to Warzone 2.0 and more specifically DMZ, DMZ is starting to become a pay-to-win game mode. This was the center of a ton of controversy at the start of Season 3. Essentially, for those of you who don't know, there are a handful of bundles in Modern Warfare 2 or that are coming to Modern Warfare 2 that will include some pay-to-win features. They're pay-to-win, of course, because you have to buy the COD points, and those COD points purchase these bundles that have these particular features. So, what are these extra benefits? Well, at the time of me recording this video, there are currently 2 bundles bundles in the shop that give you some extra DMZ benefits. The first one is the classic Ghost bundle, which gives you a 2-plate vest right off the bat and an extra active duty slot. And for those of you who don't know what an active duty slot is, basically as part of the DMZ updates, they make it so that you can have particular characters in particular deployments is what they call it. And so everybody starts off with 3 active duty slots, meaning you can bring 3 separate profiles or 3 separate characters into DMZ. So one character could have a bunch of high value to loot and self revives and score streaks, and then the other character you might use to just mess around and screw around in DMZ that doesn't have a whole lot of valuable stuff. Which the concept of the active duty slot is actually a really good idea in my opinion. But of course, too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, and now Activision is making extra active duty slots a pay to win feature. You give them an inch and they take a mile. Specifically this time they take a bunch of money out of your wallet if you're sucker enough to go ahead and buy these bundles. But moving on, the next bundle that is currently in the game is the Bomb Squad bundle. This bundle gives you a medium backpack at the start and of course another extra active duty slot. A medium backpack at the start of your DMZ game is a huge advantage. You can store more things and you can have a leg up on the competition. But of course, you can only have a leg up on your competition if you fork over some money. And at the time of me recording this video, there are going to be 2 more bundles being added to Modern Warfare 2 that will give you some extra DMZ benefits. The first one is the Rose and Thorn bundle, which gives you a UAV right off the bat. And of course, an extra active duty slot. And then the second one is the Dark Rituals 2 bundle, which gives you a free self-revive and then of course an extra active duty slot again. Both of those benefits, whether it's a UAV at the start of the game or a self-revive at the start of the game, is insanely unbalanced. In my opinion, I don't think as many people are playing DMZ as Activision would like. And so if they can entice players with these bundles to have some extra benefits in DMZ, maybe those players will be willing to try out the game mode. Because at the end of the day, a lot of players know that DMZ is a very unforgiving game mode because when you die, you lose everything. And we all know that the AI in DMZ is really strong. Despite them saying that they patched and nerfed the AI, I don't think they have. So if a player sees one of these bundles and that these bundles have these extra DMZ advantages, maybe they'll be willing to give it a try. And I think that's what Activision is hoping for, to try to get more player numbers back on Warzone 2.0 and subsequently DMZ. And I know some people will try to excuse this by saying, well, Activision has had some really scummy monetization tactics before. Just look at the Gobblegums in Black Ops 3 Zombies. My response to that is that the Gobblegums in Black Ops 3 Zombies are not guaranteed, whereas these bundles are inherently pay to win in a player versus enemy game mode. In Zombies, it's only player versus enemy. There really doesn't have to be a whole lot of balancing. And yes, if you buy Liquid Divinium with Call of Duty points, you have a better chance of getting shopping frees and perkaholics and all those powerful Gobblegum. But it's not guaranteed because you're basically gambling at that point in Black Ops 3 Zombies. Whereas in my opinion, with the pay to win features in DMZ, it completely alters the way you play the game mode. In Black Ops 3 Zombies, you didn't have to play with Gobblegum. Gobblegum were just that extra add-on feature that could enhance your gameplay. But in DMZ, if you're not looting and you're not getting score streaks and you're not doing all these things, the game mode isn't going to be that enjoyable for you. And at the end of the day, I'm not even defending the gambling mechanics of Black Ops 3. I think they both suck. But when it comes to the Liquid Divinium in Black Ops 3, you can actually earn Liquid Divinium by playing the game. You can't actually earn the benefit of starting the game with a UAV or a self-revive or a 2-plate vest just by playing DMZ. And at the end of the day, that does come down to core gameplay mechanics and how the game works, comparing Modern Warfare 2 and DMZ to Black Ops 3 Zombies. But the point I'm trying to make is that yes, Activision has been trying to monetize every little thing in Call of Duty over the years, and I think it's just getting worse. It was already bad when they did it back then, but now it's getting worse. It's a bit of a slippery slope. Like I said, you give them an inch and they take a mile. And one more thing before I end off today's video. The brand new Recruit a Friend feature definitely seems desperate on Activision's part, because in reality, they know that the player numbers are low, so they're gonna try to get as many people on the game as possible. It's just kinda weird too, because they're trying to incentivize you to recruit your friends, but then the rewards aren't even that good. The blueprints that you get for the guns are just all white. We already have an all white camo in the game, so what are these rewards? What are you really getting for recruiting your friend? I'll tell you what you're getting. You are getting nothing, and Activision is getting more players playing the game. In addition, at the time of me recording this video, they are having yet another free trial period for Modern Warfare 2. So they're really trying to get people back on this game. But anyways, guys, those are my honest, unfiltered opinions about Season 3 and the current state of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0. I always like to be straightforward straight up honest with you guys when covering Call of Duty. If I'm looking forward to something, then I'm gonna let you know. But if I have some feedback or some criticism or I don't like something, I'm gonna let you know. It does no good to walk on eggshells, especially when it comes to Activision. They are a huge company and they deserve the criticism and they deserve the feedback that they get. But as a content creator, it's gonna do no good if I just consume the content and I just make videos for the sake of making them and I just completely absorb everything and I think everything is the greatest thing of all time. Because at the end of the day, that's just fake positivity. If I'm forcing myself to play the game, there's something wrong here. And once again, to be honest with you guys, I'm not playing Modern Warfare 2 as often as I did even a month ago. The main reasons why I am sticking around playing Modern Warfare 2 at all in the first place is that I like covering news videos and I like covering the events and sharing with you guys some information about the game. Otherwise, I really don't know if I'd be playing this game on a regular basis. But overall, this was a longer video than I expected it to be, but I'm glad I got to speak my mind. But what do you guys think about Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 so far? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And depending on what happens with Season 3 Reloaded, I may or may not make a sequel to this video. Anyways guys, that's it for this video and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you're a brand new viewer. And with that said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night depending on where you are in this crazy world, and I'll see you guys next time.